Okay, we are live, and welcome to another episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions, an extra special episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions. This is the grand finale of our first anniversary celebration. So we'll open it up with a couple of anniversary wishes, from a couple of our partners and clients. Got to share the audio, so I'm starting over. Okay, here we go.
So as we're doing another broadcast, we want to wish a happy first anniversary to DJ the Money Coach on this 1-year anniversary. And it's hopefully will be, and I know it will be, and it will be, many more years of financial success, breeding success, more money, as they say, the pom-pom lifestyle will be flourishing for many years to come. We want to thank you as a sponsor of the show with Tolero Organic Tequilas. And that's ToleroTequila.com. Hit the Buy Now tab and enter money, M-O-N-E-Y, as you say, M-O-N-E-Y, for a special discount. But we want to wish you a happy 1-year anniversary, DJ, and many more to come. Thanks.
All right, so with that being said, tonight's show, just as all of our evening Nick's Knowledge and Notions and DJ the Money Coach Financial Expert series shows are, they're sponsored by Tolero Organic Tequila. And just in case you didn't recognize the voice on that anniversary wish video, that was Mr. Ben Carter, the part owner, director of sales of Tolero Organic Tequilas, wishing us a happy first anniversary. That's right, DJ has got the cup right there, and he has the bottle next to him as well. So this show is sponsored by Tolero Organic Tequila. Crisp, smooth, organic, with no pesticides to give you that bad headache or hangover after you drink it. And most importantly, it's black owned. DJ, unmute your mic so we can hear you enjoying that Tolero a little bit more.
Oh, my bad. It's so smooth you can't hear it, baby.
Yeah, get to him.
Man, that's some good stuff, baby. That's some good stuff. We get this party. This is the finale.
Yes. It's the finale. So this is the party. This is the pregame party right here, and then we'll be coming with the after party. So let me go ahead and show them the after party while we're.
Yeah, man, put this stuff up here, man. It's been a great last 10 days. Man, we done worked with tons of people. We done given away already over $10,000 worth of products and services. And man, I'm excited, man, because we giving away the grand prize tomorrow, $10,000 grand prize, giveaway. And tonight we partying with the lady DJs. So ladies, hop on. It's actually starting in 17 minutes, so you can toggle back and forth between our show and the Zoom party, baby. So plug into that, have fun, get your Tolero, put in all caps money, M-O-N-E-Y, for your 10% discount, and let's have some fun.
That's right. So the information is on there. Make sure you grab that Zoom ID number at the bottom of the flyer, and that's your ticket into the party tonight. This is the part. Nick's Knowledge and Notions is the party. The Zoom dance party with the lady DJs is the after party.
That's right, baby. That's right. Man, did you put that discount code up across that screen, brother?
I was coming
And it's
right
still
now.
it's not too late. You can still qualify for the grand prize giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is call us at 866-395-3042, 866-395-3042, and say, happy anniversary, Nick. Happy anniversary, DJ. Thank you for doing a great job working with our community, saving our people, and helping them get that pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. And come join us on the Beaches of the World Club, or you can email Nick at djthemoneycoach.com. Send us a video. I mean, we love to see a video to see how you really appreciate, this help that our team is being laying out for you. I mean, that's James Lane Jr., CPA, 30 years, used to be a former CPA for ExxonMobil, doing their, audit tax returns flawlessly. Used to work for PricewaterhouseCoopers, being a high-level consultant, working with all our people, giving away complimentary consultations if you got the value add package that we put out there. Thanks for my partner, Melvin Hobson, registered investment advisor, 17 years, been with me for 17 years, manages millions of dollars in assets under management, Series 65, 7 certified, also a SPHR certified, the highest certification you get in the HR field, bilingual master's degree as well. Work with me with companies like RC Cola, work with me companies like Lightning Logistics, Jam Pro, Houston International, Fannie Mae. I mean, he's been with me the whole ride. I'm telling you, we bringing this thunder. Then, thanks to my personal attorney, Lisa K. Shebar, #1 trademark attorney on the planet, bar none. That's right, bar none. Been rocking with me since 2004, 2003. Then helped me get multiple contracts taken care of, helping me with all of my trademarks, everything, the pom-pom lifestyle, the hats, the shirts, everything. So if you want a real boss to get behind you, get with Lisa K. Shebar. Check out her interview that she did with us recently. She'll be on our platform every month, giving you nuggets. And trust me, this is a person that gets billed out $7.50 an hour. You get her for pennies on the dollar because of the relationship with the 7 spheres of money. Then, thanks also to Paul Bax, my personal accountant for 15 years. And then we have our main man, Leonard Ray, the Forex expert, trader 7 figures since 2007. Not one of these guys just hopped on YouTube and the internet and saying, they're a guru. This guy is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Also owns a ton of real estate just like we do in our, model called the Great Lakes Property Management Group. Shout out to Clarence and Tanya Archibald, who've been with us since 2005 doing this program, but I've been knowing Clarence since he was 15. Roll into the hole, guys. We're having fun. And this is a 1-year anniversary on these social media platforms, but we've been doing this for 20 years. And we've talked to and helped over 20,000 people become consumer debt free, raise their credit scores, from 30 points to 100 points in 30 days or less, sometimes 60 days. Help them start businesses, get the proper corporate structure, help them get engaged in real estate, help them vet professionals. So you don't have to roll with us, but you can take our course, Family Finance 101, which is this course right here. It's digital, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm showing you a DVD, but this DVD goes back to 2007. But this is a digital course, 3 hours, 18 modules. Tell you how to vet any professional in money. You know what I'm saying? Accounting, insurance, banking, financial planning, estate planning, real estate, legal. Why have to figure out yourself when we can do it for you? And this is something that, we get paid thousands of dollars to do. So we're going to help you, and we're celebrating by doing that. So that's what we do. Family Finance 101, little basic pamphlet that takes you through everything. Who wants to be a millionaire? We can teach your child at age 12 to be a millionaire by just putting $21 a month aside. At a 12% return, your child will have $1 million. Ain't nothing he or she can do to stop it by age 50. That'd be their fallback plan. They can go out, get a degree, become an engineer, become an astronaut, become a doctor, try to go after their dream as an actor, a football player, a pianist, and still, if they don't make it, they can wake up at 50 and still have $1 million in the bank. Would you be excited about that? I know I am, because all 4 of my kids already on that pathway, and 90% of our members already plugged in for this little itty bitty course that I put together back in 2002. That, you know, the YMCA, the Federal Reserve, State of Michigan, State of Illinois Attorney Young General's Office, Lightning Logistics, Montgomery Regional Airport, you know, work with us. We can work with you and help you out. And we'll give you a complimentary consultation as well. Just got off the complimentary consultation with a sharp, you know, gentleman who's an IT professional out in the DMV, you know, and dropped some awesome nuggets. And I know he's going to apply those nuggets for him and his young family and his newborn. And I commend him. And man, hey, take advantage of that information that we talked about. And I share with him everything I can give him, about an hour, and it's priceless. All you got to do is execute, my friend. We appreciate you. Thanks for giving that shout out. So man, I'm excited, man. Let's get this party rocking, man. Let's get our main man on the platform, and we're gonna talk about Forex tonight, baby, because the Forex, we getting so many people asking us about Forex. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, you can't call me and say, I got 20, 30, 50, 15K. Put me in the program. Unless you're an accredited investor, you have to get qualified, ladies and gentlemen. And that's for your own protection. You have to get a risk tolerance questionnaire. You have to get certified, and you have to figure out what kind of legal investor you are, because there's a risk. There's no guarantee that there's return on investment. And I know a lot of you guys are doing, you know, Forex on Acorn, Robinhood, Stash, whatever. And a lot of you finding out it really ain't what it is to be. Why take advice or get on apps that you really don't know a lot about when you can actually line up with an actual person that's an expert that's been doing it for over 13 years and been trading 7 figures on a regular basis, proven, working with multi-millionaire people and sophisticated investors. We can bring that right to you, but you got to get qualified first, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know you can hop on these mediums and 9 out of 10 people will take your money without asking for nothing. Just the fact you got the money, they would take it. We just don't roll like that. You know what I'm saying? And I know that'll make a lot of people happy. I had to turn down about $50,000, $60,000 over the last 3 weeks that people did not want to do the risk tolerance questionnaire. They didn't want to do the financial analytical report. And here's the funny thing, ladies and gentlemen. 90% of the people I talk to don't even have a will. 85% of them don't even have a trust, and they own property and they own businesses, and they're out there exposed, but they think they're not because they got an LLC. Let me tell you, LLC does not give you 100% pure protection all the time, especially when you don't even know how to have your property structured. These are facts. You can watch them other shows and they can tell you all this great stuff, and they've been on the platform for 3 years and they got 500,000 followers. But I'm going to tell you straight up, reason why we're celebrating 1 year and on this platform, because we got people that come on the show that are proven experts in corporate America, that Fortune 1000, Fortune 50 companies hire and pay them hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that's what we bring you. That's what we're excited about. So if you don't know that you talked to an expert, and if you didn't like the expert, you know, that's unfortunate. But we out here, we're going to help many more. So we've helped over 20,000. And guess what? In the next 12 months, we're going to double that. Straight up, real talk. And how we're going to double that is that you're going to see the value of us helping people, and you're going to share, like, and subscribe and pass the gospel on to people, because how do we help people in our community? If you waking up and you still thinking that you got to be saved by the PWI, you know, in America, you're fooling yourself. How you save yourself? You save yourself by becoming self-sustainable and financially independent on your own terms. But guess what? No woman, no man is an island. They all have a team. That's why it's DJ the Money Coach and the 7 Spheres of Money team. You know, I'm not Michael Jackson. I'm not Prince. You know, I don't start, you know, out, you know, you know, with a band, and then I leave them and then, you know, go do my own thing solo. I'm not the solo artist. We have a whole team of professionals that we roll with, and nobody on our team is a generalist. Everybody on our team has 7 to 25 years of expertise handling $1 million portfolio, or have $1 million portfolio, or are millionaires personally. And guess what? We have a hedgehog concept that we are passionate about serving middle class America. We are more passionate about helping middle class Black America specifically. And pound for pound, dollar for dollar, there ain't nobody do this better in the community than the 7 spheres of money. And that ain't me telling you. We'll let some people tell you. Ain't that right, Nick? So, hey, man, let's get into this thing. Let's celebrate. And, man, I am fired up. And thank everybody who supported us. And thank you for getting on the platform and rocking with us. And thank you for those who don't rock with us. We appreciate you, too. We get more motivated to become even better because you didn't rock with us, even though you should have gotten that information to help yourself. Because we're free. And we're going to be free until the man upstairs takes us home. We're going to be free on this planet because we are subscribed to these 3 little dirty words: work, discipline, and accountability. And we ain't overnight success. We've been grinding since 2000.
That's right. That's right.
Give me some clarity.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and
Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's rock and roll. This is the anniversary finale show.
That's right. Yeah. So while we're waiting for our friends to come on, there's a couple of things I want to do. First, I want to play that other great video that we received today from one of our, newer clients. I want to play that video first, and then there's something else I want to do while we're waiting. Now,
hey, wait! I got to correct you. They're members. We're family. We don't have any clients. We have members and family.
Well, there you go. I stand corrected.
Man, you got 2 bottles, man. I got to get me another bottle.
Oh, I mean, they're both. I mean, one is empty and one is about to be empty. I gotta keep it here. Keep the empty bottles for the props. Yeah.
That's Tolero, some good stuff, baby. All right, hey man, cue it up, man. Who we got coming on the show?
Yep, and we got somebody in the queue too. But I'll share this video first before we bring them on.
Yeah, don't leave the superstars waiting too long, man. They doing us a solid.
No worries.
Okay, yes sir. I know this wonderful person.
Oh, well, 1 second. Let me make sure I'm sharing the audio. Make sure I'm sharing the audio. Okay, there we go. There's the audio. All right, here we go.
Hi, DJ. Happy anniversary to you and your team. Since meeting you, I have had the pleasure of meeting other people among your team who have given me the knowledge to be able to take my business to the next level. So I'm definitely looking forward to a better year from here on out. So thank you very much for placing those people in my path. Continued success to you and your team, and thank you.
Right.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, she's an amazing lady doing real estate, taking care of her son, single parent, man. And I have a heart for single parents, man, because you know what? I'm a product of a single parent household. I'm excited. Man, look at that. We got another super sharp person on here.
Yep. Yeah.
Mr. IT himself.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on?
Not much. Just doing a little bit of errands. But I just wanted to come on again and just to let y'all know how great the partnership has been with DJ and the team. You know, I feel like the network that's been provided, all the resources, the knowledge, the wisdom, just from the partnership alone, it has been worth. I can't even put it into money, you know, worth the money. So I'm happy you guys have made it. Happy this is your anniversary. Keep on doing what y'all doing, and thank y'all so much for giving this opportunity out. Just because I know if I had just come on the scene, not knowing things, I would have made a horrible mess. I would have been in the ditch, literally. So thank y'all. I really do appreciate it, and I hope y'all who are listening, y'all galvanize yourself and, you know, become part of the team. It really is like a family, to be honest. So.
Man, we appreciate. Hey, Mark, man, give them your contact information, man. We can't have you on here and not share your information. Give them your contact information, brother.
Give me a second. I'll drive it. I'll send it to you in the chat.
All right. Nick can put it in the chat. Yeah, because I mean, man, yeah, I mean, because you went from total agency consultant, man. That's exciting, man. Since we've been down with the program, and we couldn't be more excited, man. Thanks for coming on, chiming in with us. Nick, put Mark stuff up there on the chat, and we're gonna have some Tolero for you. So when you get home, you know you can have some and be safe.
Yes. Salute to Mark.
Yes, sir. Salute to Mark. Timo Consulting.
Thank you. All right.
IT Pro. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and I forgot to do another one. Yep. All right, Mark. I forgot to do one for the young lady that just did the video too. So
that's right. So we're gonna be drinking safely tonight.
Now it's time to bring the man on, the man of the hour.
Let's see if his audio works this time.
I did it on purpose. I hope not.
His audio works.
I was on there talking to Mark from IT to make sure it was right.
Oh my goodness, his audio works right out the box.
I was like, I'm tired of coming on here and not doing this. Let me do this right. It looked like I was professional.
Man, he got on.
Shout out to Mark. I appreciate everything. I tried to make sure, even though I'm not drinking, I have on the brand colors.
I appreciate that.
I can get this specially made just for the team, so it all works out. What's going on, Nick? Man, how you doing today, brother?
Oh man, I'm doing amazing, man. You know,
look, I'm seeing the 2 bottles, man. I want to know if you're doing really amazing.
we getting there. We getting there.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, brother.
Yeah. You know it.
Yes. What's going on, DJ?
Hey, what's happening? Lisa, how you doing?
Yeah, man, just hanging out.
This is good stuff, man. I love to. You got to send me one of them shirts, brother.
Oh, I got you, bro. I got you. Man.
I'm a medium now. I'm a medium. Right. Make sure you send me a medium. I've been working out, man. I got all this free time, so I said, hey, I might as well get a tape.
Yo, I mean, we started a campaign, me and my friend of mine a while ago, that health is wealth. That what's the point of you having all this if you can't enjoy it? So, yes, you know, everybody had like the COVID-15. I think I had like the COVID-25, you know, so it's just like too much fun time, man. So now that things are opening back up, I want to make sure, you know, doing walks, getting back in the gym to, get back to myself. So yeah, man, it's great, DJ. So I need you to be in shape. Nick, I need you to be in shape because, we got to be able to help these individuals and these people. So health is definitely wealth. So that needs to be the priority right now, especially, it's about to be the sun out, trying to get them guns out.
There you go. And you and I got young children. So you got a young daughter. I got a young daughter. man, they got like boundless energy, bro. I got to keep up.
I don't know what's going on with these kids these days. I mean, I don't know whether it's the milk or the stuff. I'm sure, our local doctor that's in our group can break everything down to us. But we need whatever they on times 20 because we just, I'm coming. Give me
right. I'm like, man, dude, when do you stop? I mean, just so much energy. Dad, let's ride the bikes. Dad, let's play kickball. Dad, let's play Mario, kart charts. Dad, let's do it. I'm like, all right. I'm like, don't you know, Dad got a job sometimes? Well, I never see you going working, Dad.
That is your job. That's your boss. My 2-year-old is my boss. And she ain't never satisfied. So
there you go. You know what? I got her correct. I be telling people hashtag FMB fire your boss. I forgot. I do have a boss. Her name is Dara, my 8-year-old.
I mean, that's what we're doing all this for. Those who don't have the privilege of having a young one, just so lucky. Those who do, it becomes your why. It becomes your reason. It becomes like, look, I got to do this so my kid won't be in the same position that I was in. You know what I'm saying? So you work extra harder. It puts you, a whole lot further. But I am here to celebrate. We want to take a toast. I got my water. I got to clean.
I know, because you're not drinking, but we're gonna drink for you.
Yeah, we're gonna, salute to 1 year in this game. Congratulations with all the hiccups, all the ups and downs. Me and Jay was on the phone earlier talking about some of the crazy stories we hear from individuals, and just like, we trying to help y'all, and we set up this structure. And the reason we set up this structure because we want to have some type of accountability for you. We're really looking for your best interest, but no, I just want it. I want it now. I call it the microwave effect. I'm hungry now. It's I was listening to Pitbull the other day, and he broke everything down. Everybody wants it so immediate and so quick. But if you're getting it quick, you're not appreciating the journey. You're not appreciating the struggle, the victory, all that, the work that gets put into reaching that level. And being that you guys have been dealing with this for a year, Nick has stories. You can tune into his his channel and just talks about the struggle and the things that he had to go through personally. And we've been there, done that. We're not going to tell you to do stuff that we haven't done. We're not going to, well, we heard this works. No, this works because we've been there. We've already paved the road. So we're trying to get you there. But, even in that short amount of time, you guys have been able to touch and reach so many people. So, a really, shout out and congratulations to all the things that's been accomplished. And I'm so looking forward to what's going to happen. It's kind of like, oh man, waiting for next Christmas. Oh God, I got to hurry up and rip the paper off. Oh my God, I got exactly what I wanted. Financial literacy. I got exactly what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a great feeling, being a part of the team. And it's funny how so many individuals have went from, being a client to being a part of the circle, being here to help us out with things, because we're not somebody who just says, okay, well, we know it all. It's not that. It's like, if you can bring something to the team and it's beneficial to individuals, hey, we want you up here. You know what I'm saying? So, when that president is open, okay, now we have that avenue, we have this, we have that. We're building a whole ecosystem of the individuals that we need to change lives. And that's a direct correlation to what GJ was, that's what he started this thing for. He's been in this thing for a while. He looks young. I'll just tell you guys, he's not, but he has a little bit of hair underneath of that hat, but I'm just telling you, he always likes to start, all right, well, what's credit scores? What credit score? Why is credit so important? And I had 2 credit conversations with individuals that's in our group, and they reached out to me, and just from having these conversations, they was just like, yo, I talked to you for a little bit. The next thing you know, things have been changing on my credit. So I'm like, wow, great. Well, you might want to, take advice from somebody who has a certain, score. So,
Man, his credit score. What else is the last time we seen him?
It's all a part of the circle. You get
it. Man, wait. I think I still got you by a couple of points. I think I still got you by a couple of points.
Yeah. He's in there, yo.
But I'll trade my assets with yours for 3 points.
So when we preach these things, we're doing this for a reason, to been there, done that. We've been through the struggle of having scores that we wouldn't show.
Go ahead and get mine.
I can't find my score. No. So, and some of the things that has happened ever since we've went over those things, and it's just like, no. So I know 2 individuals personally that I did a consultation with, that GJ had to beg me to do. I just keep it real with you. GJ knows I don't like talking to people because it is what it is. I'm like, come on, GJ. He's like, no, they really need it. And I think we put them in a better situation where they have more options. And I think that with this program gives individuals more options than what they have. And that's what we're going to do. So,
hey, hold on, real quick. Since it's a celebration, and y'all talking about bringing it out. I mean, I'm not there yet, but I'm catching up.
No, bring it out.
I'm catching up a little
bit. Grasshopper getting there. He getting there.
What's that old saying? You judge by the company you keep.
Yep.
So if you hang around certain circles.
I wish I had a 786 when I was 30 years old. Right. I was in the 525 club.
Proudly.
Right.
Yeah, yo. Look at this Drake, yo. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what's up, man. Congratulations, Nick, man. I mean, that is a prime example of following the blueprint.
Wow. Yep, man. I think Nick's credit score has gone up like 130 points since I met him.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, because it was 680 when I met you.
Wow, right. 106 points, man. That's
I'm not even gonna call you Nick anymore. You Mr. Westbrook.
Mr. Westbrook.
You walk in the bank, they don't say Mr. Nick. They say Mr. Westbrook. How can I help you? How can I assist you, sir? What can I do to make your day better? How can we serve you, Mr. Westbrook?
Salute. Purpose TV, 802. Hats off. That's right. Hey, we're gonna have to have an 800 club. We're gonna have to start the 800 club.
Yeah.
Remember what the Christian show was the 800 or the 700 club?
700 club.
We're gonna be the 800 club. That's what we're gonna start. We're gonna start straight up. We're gonna start an 800 club team, and you got to be 800 for 12 months in a row to get into the membership. 12 months in a row, baby.
Yes.
12 months. 6 months you qualify. 12 months you get in.
That's what's up. And then we're going to discuss how to take that score and take it to another level.
Oh yeah. So that's what we were talking about. So man, Literate, tell these people, tell them why it's important to be qualified to do serious investments. Because literally, I literally turned down about $50,000-$60,000. People just wanted to jump on in. Man, hook me up with Mr. Ray. I got to get in that fund. Okay, Mr. Ray, would you tell them what an accredited investor is for our young audience and why they cannot just get connected with you without getting a risk tolerance questionnaire, financial analytical report, and a 14-page comprehensive plan done? And on top of that, I still got to beg you to get down with the program. So can you drop some nuggets on them on this anniversary last finale show? Because a lot of times people think I'd be just making up stuff and I'd be trying to be hard-headed and stubborn towards them. But I'm really trying to protect their vested interest because I done seen 100 times on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Cats hop out here, man, I'm making hundreds of millions of dollars. I can get you bop, 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 bop. And then they gone with the bag and them people are hurting. And I've literally talked to 5-6 people over the last month and a half that gave other people close to $250,000 and looking for somebody to help them get their money back right now today. Real talk.
Right.
So
yeah, it's in the climate that we're in right now, being with COVID, things going on, it's been a lot of people that's been out, I guess, scamming individuals. It's not even a guess. That's just pretty much what it is. So what happens is, actually, I talked to one of them today as well, as they get on these platforms and they kind of sell you the dream, and you're sitting there and you want it, you need it, it's a pitch, and you want to make sure that you're protected and doing the right things. Most of the clients and the people I deal with, and I'll let you know, I don't do business with individuals. I do business with businesses, and that's why that's one thing. DJ knows that, so he always likes to set people up with a business structure because tax benefits are made for businesses, it's not made for individuals. So you're sitting around and you're looking at your smartphone, you're looking at Instagram, you're looking at YouTube, Twitter account. Take your smartphone and look up accredited investor, and it boils down to a certain individual has to have a certain amount of net worth, a certain amount of liquid cash, and they are considered the creme de la creme for investment opportunities. One of the biggest, and it's not really a sales pitch, like it's real thing is, Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone would go on his Instagram feed and he would clearly say, if you have 250,000 K, DM me, because he only wants to deal with accredited investors. He only wants to deal with people who are in that particular realm, who understands the money game. And these people who are, putting stuff out here now, they're just hit it and quit it. I like to tell people that we're dating each other. We're courting each other. We're you don't meet somebody and then tomorrow you're in marriage. So if you're dating somebody, it's small increments to get you to the point where you feel comfortable. And once you feel comfortable, then it gets you there. But it's a growth process. It is no get rich quick, as Pitbull would say, it's get rich for show, but it's on your process here. Because once you reach a certain level, then it becomes other options that you can do. You can invest in housing, you can invest in, real estate, you can invest in other income producing assets that it's a system. You can't say I make $150,000 a year and I don't have X, Y, and Z in savings, or I don't have this in a 401k, because you're going to be working until you die. So it's steps. And, one of the greatest things, you can make it's crazy. My wife sent me a video the other day, and it was one of the people that I follow. I just keep it real. You know, I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly improving. You know, I pay for masterminds. I pay for mentorships. I still study, especially in my field. And it was a very well-known individual. I'm not going to put him on blast, but it's a very well-known individual who has the capital, like, you know, multi-millionaire. And he went in to buy a property, and the bank turned him down because his credit wasn't right. And they told him, well, yeah, you can get it if you want to pay cash. And he was like, yeah, I make all this money every month, but yet I don't have the credit that, you know, the foundation in place to kind of get me to that next level. And he didn't get that place because he couldn't afford it on paper. Even though you're generating all this revenue, his credit scores look like, you know, it was a fly by night thing. And these are some of the things that we talk about. And these is why we preach foundation and getting stuff started right from the first place. And hopefully people are understanding, especially now that we're coming out of this whole COVID restriction and, you know, states are starting to open up. That means banks are going to start to open up. And then banks going to start, you know, lending and talking to people and getting a one-on-one. So it is always good to walk in there with the proper paperwork, the proper mindset, but most important, the proper knowledge to know what you're bringing to the table. So you now could be in a situation where you're not dancing for the bank is dancing for you. So, you know, I like to tell people, when I go into the bank, the tellers know me, but I don't spend much time talking to the tellers. I go right to the back because normally the director is bringing me in to have a conversation directly with me. It's a total different process. Once you become accredited, they treat you differently, and they treat you like you should be treated in the first place. But right. It's putting in that foundation. I mean, Nick, you'll start to see the change, Nick, when you start walking around and you're opening up accounts or you're walking to these institutions. You are the creme de la creme. Mr. Westbrook, this is what this is what you bring to the bank. This is what the bank can offer you. Instead of saying, okay, well, you're gonna open up an account.
Right. You know, it's funny you say that. You remember when Eddie Murphy did that first makeup piece with the white guy, and he goes into the bank, and then he said, I got bad credit, I had us, and dude just turns around, gives all the money. Oh, and then he gets on the bus, all the black people get off, and they start partying and stuff. That's the way they treat you. Real talk. Real talk. I'm alive.
We always keep it too real when I'm on this show. So we normally just jumps right over the edge and like it's just this is the stuff that we probably shouldn't be saying on a Friday night, but you know, whatever. So banks are closed, so it don't really matter. And you know, it's for people who look like me and you know, it's a different type of situation. Because to me, I'm more of an asset to the bank because not only am I bringing, you know, funds, I'm also bringing people. So I have a network of people who, okay, well, if this bank is treating me good, this financial institution is treating me good, I'm gonna bring 15 people with me who's gonna open up accounts. You know, now by law, a lot of people don't know this, but the bank, you know, we're on this system where they keep telling you, bring me your money, bring me your money, bring me your money. Because by law, they only really got to keep 10% of your money. Just give them a little bit of facts right now. By law, they really can only keep 10%. The other 90%, if you read the fine print, that gives them, when you sign that and open that account, that gives them permission to move your money around and make them more money. But yet, you get, you know, because they figure you ain't in a position to take out more than 15% of your money because, you know, you need us. But if you're in permission to move that whole daggone situation out of there, they're like, oh, whoa. we've lived your money out. We need you to stay happy and stay with us because we're going to be losing money if you leave, and especially now, man. I mean, the banks are rich. That's who has the money. So let's put ourselves in a position where when we go into these institutions, we're in the best possible way to go get our money and those who don't know the information that we know. So why is
it so important? And it's a seminal moment that we started this fund. I mean, and explain to them the difference between a real fund and people hopping on Robinhood, Acorn, Stash, getting fractions of shares in Forex, or we got these gurus, but we actually have a fund that we started. And then you have these MLM Forex companies. So can you shine some light?
I mean, are we really just going hard? I mean,
well, I mean, the reason why, because I've had a lot of people, tell me that, oh, I'm doing this. Oh, well, I don't think you can do that. And you don't have this. And I'm like you tell them, I don't need your money.
Yeah.
Because, we got these stacks over here that I get your money anyway. And
I already have your money.
You guys are a lot nicer than I am. I'm a nice guy, but I'm keeping it 100 with you because the number one asset that we really have is our time, and our time to invest in our families and our community to make them better. And guess what? I ain't waiting on the white man to roll up to my house to save me. I don't need the white man. I work with the white man. I work with the brown man. I work with the Chinese man, but I don't have to. I love everybody, but most everybody else, they looking for the STEMI. They're looking for Uncle Biden. But when you have created your own business through your blood, sweat, and tears over decades and got consumer debt free and got a network of friends like you, I'm good.
Yeah.
As my friend always tells me, I'm good. I'm trying to make sure you're good. Nick, are you good, Nick?
I'm good. Hey, Leonard.
Yes.
To answer your question, the short way to answer is yes. It's our first anniversary finale. We going all the way in. So don't hold nothing back. Go in, Leonard.
Right.
Go in.
We're only gonna do this one time. So can you share with them the difference between Robinhood, Acorn Stash Forex, MLM Forex, and a real Forex fund, Mr. Ray?
It all boils down to mainly ownership. So Jay-Z put it best in one of his raps. He said, everybody's talking about Black Twitter, but his man Jack is still getting the money for it. Which means Robinhood is still getting the money for it. All these other funds that you are contributing to, they charge you these amount of fees and they're still getting the money for it. With this, we knew that we can do all the things that they were doing and have it directly go to the individuals that was there. And if I don't know if DJ told you the background of this. It was from a Sunday conversation we're having on the phone. I think we're laughing at the football game. We're just talking about sports. And I say, this will be something that I kind of wanted to do, but it was just in the back of my mind. He was like, yeah, man, that'd be a great idea. Next week, hey man, I already thought about the paperwork and everything. I'm like, what? Whoa. Hold on, brother. Come on, man. No, man. I mean, look, man, it's so good. So he blessed me with having to have a conversation with his young son, and his young son called me. Brilliant young guy. Shout outs to Rodney, a brilliant, amazing entrepreneur, and now probably not by my doings, Forex investor. So I've been mentoring this young man, and he's learning this stuff. And he asked me, he said, well, I'm trading with stocks, I'm doing all this other stuff. Why do you don't do this? And I said, well, when it boils down to it, everything needs the currency to buy. Like you need money to buy all these stocks. You go into these stores, they're asking you for money. They're asking you for this type of, paper. So why not just trade in the paper? Because this paper rules everything. And he was like, wow, that makes totally sense. I said, but don't tell your father I told you this, because I don't want to ruin the plans that he may have. But it worked out in that particular way. And when you're dealing with these companies and corporations, 9 times out of 10, it's no diversity on that board. Like, real talk. People don't look like you. They don't look like me. They're just there, and they'll say, okay, well, I'm going to give these people pennies on what's going on with the actual real market. And you've seen so many things going on with Robinhood, from the AMC to now they're having issues with Dogecoin and stopping investors from doing this and that. Like, whoa, because why are they doing that? I mean, why don't you ask yourself that question? Why would they sit there and regulate people making money? Isn't that the whole point? No. I'm gonna put a leash on you, because I've only let you control what I want you to control. But if you get further, anybody who has a dog, it's a choker chain. And it's all good until he gets further than where you want him to. Then you yank it back, and he gets back in line. And that's kind of what they're doing to your investing, to your funds, so they kind of put a restriction on you. So when we started this, we started this under the impression that we were doing this for freedom, doing this for, ownership, to kind of put our people in a different place where now we can go and take this gift, this project, and now you can say you are a part of this thing that's moving. And when you jump on board with this team, it puts you in a much better situation, because let's say the next project is an apartment complex. We have several real estate deals that's going on, but now you can leverage this as something that takes you to the next level. We're really about generational wealth, and being a part of this is something that can be passed down to your next generation, and something you can part of and feed and eat. So not because it's easy to do. It is hard work, but the things that are worth it is you put work into it. That's just what it is. We're not telling you this because we're saying it's going to be easy. There is no get rich quick, but we want you to be a part of a situation where it's happening already with your money. It's happening around you. And unfortunately, they will never tell you, the banks will never tell you. I mean, even if you own some of these stocks, if you read the fine print, it'll tell you some of the things that they're investing in, but you just have a little bit of a say-so. You own 1 or 2 shares, you own 100 shares, but you don't outrank the people who really make the decisions. Here, we're giving you guys an opportunity to be a part of that. And you're investing in something that these financial institutions have been doing for years. And most of the time, it's going to sweat off our back. I mean, real talk. We're the ones who are working the 9 to 5s, the 6 to 10s, the 16-hour shifts. And then when we get there and we put our hard-earned money in the bank, and then what they do is they invest in foreign currency. But they just don't tell you. They just don't tell you. They give you, your little 0.005 interest rate. You get taxed on that. Or they say, well, please let me lock your money up for 3 years in this CD, and we're going to pay you 4.7%. Oh my God, that's incredible. I've never heard of that. That is just, ooh, I'm like, wow, okay, well, but you can't touch your money for the next 3 years. So it's just, we're trying to pull the, the wool off the eyes of the individuals and get you guys to really see some amazing things that's happening. And You guys have DJ to thank for that. You guys have Nick to thank for that. You guys have the persistence. These two brings it, because here it is. They're also in it. Like, they're not telling you to do something that they're not actually a part of in their self. So it's a lot of they believe in it so much. Like, their sponsor, they're in it. They live the life. Like, this is them. So that's why it's important to be a part of something where you can be proud to say that ownership is actually yours, and it was made for us, really by us, by these individuals here. And I know you put a time limit on when he was going to shut stuff down, and it's just been crazy, because he tells me the stories when people call him, and he's like, look, man, they just want to bypass everything and just talk to you. And I said, and I told you, don't talk to me. People have literally called me and said, hey, man, I saw you on YouTube. And I was like, great. You talk to DJ? I was like, you talk to Nick? Like, you went through that process? Because we want you to go through that process, because, what we're trying to do is let you guys know there's a system to where we're getting at. And if you follow the system, it definitely works. So, big ups to, all the hard work that you and Nick have been doing for, this successful launch. And it's amazing, because it started with a small idea. That small idea grew into this big mammoth thing now, and it's great, because, it's changing lives. And like, real talk, when you can get on the phone with these individuals, and these individuals call in, and they can tell you their personal story, it's because these lives have been changed. Nick is not putting up these high scores, for nothing. Now he's going to be able to change his future. He may not be able to change his past, but he can change his future, and he can put himself in a much better position than what he was. And he can also pass that down to his kids with his knowledge, and, setting up all these things from, tax benefits and trusts and LLCs and corporations and all this game that, we weren't really exposed to. We were just the workers who built the game, who funded the game, and who watched on the sidelines.
Right. We out here protesting. We out here protesting. Hey, but we got a quick special guest in here. He wants to come in for 5 minutes. Stay on with us, Leonard Ray, if you will, please. Bring this special guest in for us real quick, Nick, if you can.
He actually just dropped off.
Oh, he dropped off?
Yeah. Just a minute ago.
Oh man, my bad. Okay. Let me
get him back.
Yeah. I mean, the thing. So tell him. When did you first start doing this? You just started last year, right? Then you just first started doing Forex.
Yeah. I Googled it. I saw this guy on Instagram, and I was like, wow, he's living the lifestyle I want to live. And I Googled him. Like, no, I got into this market in the early 2000s, once they got deregulated and opened it up to the public. But even then, you had to have a certain amount of money to get started into this. And
can you give us a ballpark what you had to be able to get in? Just a ballpark. I know you. Yeah. Just a ballpark.
Yeah. To get into the room, you had to have 6 figures just to get into the room. To actually play in the market, you had to have somewhere near $500,000 to actually play in this.
And this was in the early 2000s.
Yes, this was in the early 2000s. I can honestly say,
this been around this time frame. Can you see that? Right. This been around this year time frame.
Oh yeah. It's a little bit earlier than that.
A little bit earlier than that.
Yeah, a little bit earlier than that. What was happening?
Okay, I'm just trying to get a reference.
Yeah. So it wasn't something that and back then I didn't have great credit. I'm telling you, back then I wasn't who I was, none of this stuff. So it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went in to this sacrifice. And keeping it real, it was a lot of times I was like, this is stupid. Why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this when I can just go work for a company? But I pressed on, and no risk, no reward. And I was like, you know what? I started from zero, and I can always go back to zero. I know how to do that. So let's just figure it out. So once it got open to a select few of individuals, all this stuff had to be funded with cash. And it was kind of wild west market. It was, not that much regulation going through this. And then you started and you kind of built from there. As you see, I pretty much haven't aged since that. So I pretty much was like, you know what? I'm going to stick in here and see this thing out, because there has to be a reason the banks have been keeping this secret from us. It has to be, regardless of the situation. I'm going to learn and figure this thing out. There's a process. Like I say, if you really want to go back in time, one company that came out with a product, it was I think it was Forex Made Easy. I mentioned that on one of the other podcasts that we had, and I was like, that company that came out with these products is none of, like, they fell off, they're gone. They didn't even survive, and they had millions of dollars in backing. Commercials, seminars, all types of stuff, and that company is no longer in existence. And it was just like, even the big boys are falling out. So let me focus and get it to where there's an understanding, and I am familiar with the trends, reading the charts and all the other stuff, and kind of go from there. So a lot of people ask me, why don't you have courses? Why don't you do this, this and that? Because I can't give you 20 plus years in a 3-hour course.
Right.
Like I'm it's straight up. It's impossible. Because it changes every freaking day. like really, people will write books, and then by the time the book is actually printed and published, new regulations come, and that whole book is like none and void right now. So if you're not already in the market and seeing the changes and on the short list of individuals that know what to do and what's happening, then what's going on. Prime example was earnings week this week, and a lot of everybody's been waiting for this week. If you watched CNBC, it was it was on there. He was like, "Oh man, this is the most important week of the year." But you see what the market did this week. And most of these companies came out with great earnings. I mean, knocking out the park. Like, literally after hours trading was like through the roof. And then when hours trading came in, so if you weren't in on the inside information, you was on the wrong side of that trade. And a lot of people got swallowed up in that craziness. Just touching on, I touched earlier on crypto and being a part of stuff like that. Like, okay, the banks will literally sit up here and tell you don't invest in crypto. Oh, this is the worst thing ever. Don't do this, don't do that. And then behind closed doors, they're like, can I get some? Let me get as much as I can get. Oh, well, why are you telling the people don't eat the chocolate cake? Like, why are you telling the people the chocolate cake is bad? It's molded. It tastes horrible. Because you want all the chocolate cake for yourself.
Right.
You want all the cake for yourself. Oh, there is no more chocolate cake. Any crumbs? There's no more chocolate cake because you eating it all. It's so funny now that I sit back and I look at this stuff now and I say, wow, this is just it's unfortunate. Even though we have so much information that's available to our fingertips, we're walking around with computers in our pocket, and I tell any kid, any person who's around, I'm like, yo, use your smartphone for smart things. let's be smart. Do your research and find out what in the world is really going on and see how they're, getting you. And, that was kind of the premises of coming up with this fund to be being on the in crowd before the in crowd even know it was in crowd. So, prime example, just take Dogecoin, break that down. 1 penny when I got introduced to it. So if I got introduced to it at 1 penny and you guys got introduced to it at 8 cents, there's a big 32 cents, 24 cents, there's a big difference. Keep in mind when you have Elon Musk and you have Mark Cuban talking about and pushing a product, that's because they have hundreds of millions, if not billions, already invested in that.
Right.
So when that sucker moves a half a penny, their generational wealth moves like this.
S-curve economics, straight up.
And it's just unfortunate. A lot of us, by the time we get it, it's just, oh man, the boat is left. You're you're hanging back with, trying to hold on with some water skis, but the boat is already gone. But if you can be a part of it before and be in on that, that means you can also reap the benefits and things like that. So
and that's why you say that, because I don't think they understand that is when we bring this stuff to them, they are getting, like you said, what I call STEAM, science, technology, entrepreneurship, but the most important letters are access and mentorship. And it takes time to develop these relationships because I mean we didn't do business right off the bat when we first knew each other. We've been knowing each other for a few years, but we had common conduit. We had a common conduit. Clarence and me and you. Clarence got property, Great Lakes Property Management Group, which I was on the forefront of that because he's my high school friend, and you came in on the back end. You started buying up a whole bunch of properties, and we met for breakfast with one of your students a couple of years ago, and we connected. It was like, oh, okay, man, this is cool, man. This makes sense. I own real estate up here for the God knows how long. You coming in buying up double what I got, and I'm like, okay, what is this dude doing? And then he trying to pay for the breakfast so I don't get the tax write-off. I was like, no, man, hold up, dog. Hold up. You can have 2-3 more times properties I got, but I'm getting this bill. You know what I'm saying? I do have some pride.
Yeah, but one thing, instead of being like our culture tells us to be upset and jealous, he asked. He asked and he said, well, what it is that you're doing? And I was like, well, so we started talking. And he was like, what the hell? Like, I heard about that, but I didn't know it was like a unicorn.
Right.
It's like I heard it exists, but I haven't never actually seen anybody who does it. So it was like, it's crazy because
nobody looked like me that did it successfully.
So
that's what it really was.
Yeah, and like I said, instead of him being upset and jealous, he went ahead and he said, hey, what are you doing? And wow, this is great. Like one of my favorite movies, Pursuit of Happiness. I probably mentioned this before, and it's the moment when the Eric actually goes up and he says, God, this guy's driving a Ferrari. And I think it's like on a Tuesday or something. It's like, what does this guy do to drive a Ferrari on a Tuesday? It's like, yo, everybody out here slaving. This dude's driving a Ferrari. Instead of him being mad and hating his life and all that other stuff, he goes up to the guy. He has enough, he humbles himself. I'm a man, but I'm going to humble myself and say, yo, what is it that you do? And he said, yo, I'm in the stock market. I've been this. Like, oh, thanks. It must be great. And that got him to that level. So, you have to humble yourself because somebody probably has keys to the kingdom that you're trying to get to, but your pride won't let you get there. And, I mention to DJ all the time, like, yo, I didn't want to do this. Like, I don't need this extra headache, you know.
Right.
So it was just like, he's like, no, you know, we're really, you know, come on, man, come on. And it was just kind of just like, you know, realizing what it can happen in the long run, and how many people's lives can be changed and with this information. And I think as we're moving forward, you know, we're going to be bringing more and more great opportunities to the individuals who look like us and giving them a chance to be in it. And I know it's a constant tug and war where we just don't have the time for everybody. You know, he has his personal obligations. I have my personal obligations. Nick has his personal obligations. And, you know, we really appreciate the individuals who have rocked with us from the beginning, you know, but, you know, we have all this new influx of individuals that want to learn. This is like, oh my God. So it's just, you know, it's great to be a part of the movement. It really is.
Yeah, we gonna take we got another special guest, so stay with us, Leonard Ray. We appreciate it. We're gonna let this special guest come in and say hello to us for a couple of minutes, shine some light. Our other expert, part of the 7 Spheres of Money, that's doing Medical Mondays with Dr. Hollowell. Dr. Hollowell, how you doing tonight?
I'm well. Excuse my appearance. I just came back from working out, so I didn't realize.
Health is wealth.
Exactly. See, I'm living what I preach, okay?
Wasn't we just talking about that?
Yes, I hope it's just in the forefront of everyone's mind.
What you got for us, Dr. Hollowell? What can we expect on Monday, and what's happening?
So we have a very special show for you. In keeping with the COVID theme, we're going to talk about mental health, especially during this time of COVID, and just not to be pessimistic. I know that people want to hear news that will sort of lift them up. But I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about things that, people have been going through during the beyond, and give some really helpful tips on sort of how to improve mood and how to, just to kind of optimize mental health along with physical health. And so we'll give some tips. We'll have a special guest on. She is a psychologist, and her name is Tamara Mai, and she's from Flint, Michigan, and she's wonderful. I use her for my patients, and she's great. She's a professional who's been doing therapy for probably like 10 years or so. So yes, so it's going to be a great show. I hope that everyone can join us. It's a lot of fun.
Man, that's important in our community, because black people don't get therapy. That's a myth. And we need to debunk that.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to that, because that's really one of the biggest problems in our community right now, is that we won't go get mental health. We won't go see a psychologist. We won't go see a psychiatrist, because black people just don't do that, especially black men. You consider, back in the day, you'd be considered weak if you went to go get some therapy. And nowadays, I think you consider to be stupid if you don't get therapy. I mean, it's comes with the course. So man, I'm excited about that. Man, that is awesome. Anything you want to share with us real quickly, 2-3 minutes, about just the whirlwind 1 year, being on this platform, helping us out as well? I mean, because we got another amazing guest in the queue. So give you don't want to cut you short, but give us 60 seconds. We got another amazing guest in the queue that we've been waiting on as well. So tell us what you're excited about, Dr. Hollowell.
So I'm really excited to just share a lot in terms of helpful tips, in terms of just lifestyle modification. So we'll be talking a lot about healthy foods, about exercise, about, taking supplements and herbs, just a lot of, tips that will really help people for this year and beyond. Unfortunately, we have many medical issues like hypertension and diabetes and obesity, and this time is the best time to really take charge of your life, and and to just really get out and do the thing, and just really stop making excuses, for why you can't do something. We just got to do it and get started and just be excited about it. So I'm excited to bring information that will help others. I think just the outreach, it would, is important. So, so I'm excited. I'm excited about having topics that, especially that people would be interested in. And, so this is the beginning. And so we have a lot in store for you guys.
Oh, man, that's awesome. What time is the show on Mondays, Dr. Hollowell?
It's at 8 o'clock. Be there. Leonard, hopefully you as well. I don't think he can you? I think you listened to another show, but
yes. I'm normally
sure.
I always watch like the reruns of your show. I'll be like, oh God, this is so good. Maybe one day I have to do some push-ups so I can feel like I deserve to come on here.
See, that show is coming up. That show exercise for very busy people. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, wow,
right.
I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Yes.
Man, that's
I'm sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Doc Hollowell, I appreciate you. Thanks for celebrating 1 year anniversary with us. And we're going to catch you on Medical Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we appreciate you coming in and shouting out after your workout. So thank you. I salute you. So I want to bring on my main mentor, the man of the men, my mentor who got me started, Dr. George Frazier. How you doing? And you know what? Here's the thing, Dr. George Frazier. Gotta take our hats off because last year at this time, Dr. George Frazier came on to get us started when we were in Florida to kick it off. And it's not could be any better that he's the bookend to our 1 year anniversary on his platform. How you doing, Dr. George Frazier? Thank you for coming out and celebrating with us, sir.
Oh, absolutely. Congratulations. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Congratulations on your first anniversary, and may there be 50 more. And congratulations to you and your crew for the great work that you're doing. You're focused on the most important subject in the Black community for the 21st century, and that is closing the income and wealth gap between Blacks and whites in America, and clearly understanding that ain't nobody saving us but us, right? At the end of the day, we're going to have to get this done. It's been 400 years and we haven't been saved by anybody. There's no man on a white horse coming to save Black people. No, they're saving them, right? And we have to save us. So congratulations on emphasizing that, but more importantly, not only just talking about it, but giving people real usable 21st century strategies and tactics for executing. Because our people want progress without execution, right? At the end of the day, when we finish pontificating ad nauseum about our issues, somebody's got to write a freaking check. A check has to be written. Money has to be passed, right? You can talk about this shit as long as you want. At the end of the day, money has to show up. Okay? So you understand that, and you understand how to lead you and your team and your crew, and to guide our people to not only the 21st century tactical and strategic ideas, right, the new markets and where the new opportunity is, and the currency markets and the crypto markets, et cetera, et cetera. But you said, hey, here's what you do. Here's how you do it. Here's what you invest. And that's what matters. And then you hold their feet to the fire, right? You got to measure this stuff. What is not measured will not be achieved. So I love you for that. You've always been that kind of throwdown brother. And you've always been talking about money as long as I've been knowing you. And so you have been a very savvy investor. And that's just an incredible thing in this time. It's going to take youth to lead us, and we're going to pass the elders. I'm 76 tomorrow. I'll be 76 tomorrow.
Oh man!
And all
Happy
I'm really
birthday.
doing, Dale, all I'm really doing is preparing to pass this baton on to you and your team, so that you can perfect it at the next level, right? And all you're really doing is getting ready to do that. And so this is a beautiful thing. And, I hope the show lasts another 100 years, if not with you, but whomever you passed the mic to and passed the baton to, because that's what you should be preparing for. It's too early to make that decision. I don't think you need to think about succession planning, but at this moment. But I love you, man, and I love the people that support you, and that is the key. Someone, and I'll finish with this. Someone asked me at a big speech I gave on Clubhouse. Was it last Tuesday? They asked me, Dr. Fraser, who are your heroes? And I said, do you want to know the truth? They said, yeah. I said, my heroes are Black people. When you consider what we have gone through, the hell that we have gone through to navigate and to negotiate our way through the most egregious form of slavery ever developed by humankind, and to come out on the other end, still one piece. We're a little jacked up in our minds. We got to fix that. That we still have work to do, but we're alive, and we're growing, and we're multiplying, and we're learning. And it's because of brothers like you, Dale, and Nick, and Leonard, and so many others that you've inspired. That generation below me. So, keep doing what you're doing, right? We need you. And remember that everything you want in life is on the other side of hard. If it was easy, why would God need you? It ain't supposed to be easy, right? This is where you're going to learn. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to fail. This is all by design, right? We want you to make mistakes. You need to fail. You will learn far more from failure than you will ever learn from success. So that's my little sermon and my little kudos for all that you do and all that you represent. The thing I also love about you, Dale, is, damn it, you've been consistent. You've been consistent, and you can be trusted, right? Integrity, right? And that's all basically we have, is our integrity and our trust. And so I salute you as you saluted me, and just stick with that, and it will be impossible to fail.
Oh man, wow! You're about to make me well up over here, Doc.
Oh goodness!
I mean, guys, this is a gentleman who embodies the acronym HIM: humility, integrity, real man. He's a race man, and he taught me 90% of everything that I know, guys. And this is the team that I had put together when I first met Dr. George Fraser. And this program I was able to put on his platform with his blessing, 3 Steps to Success. when we got out there and started doing it with his blessing and went across the country back in 2006 to 2009 with Dr. George Fraser, gave me the blessing to actually get this thing rocking. And the thing is, George, we're still together. 3 out of those 5 people on the team are still together. Clarence, who's how I met Leonard Ray, and that's how we do it. And I wanted just to show you a little clip from Back to the Future. Nick, can you cue that up to show people that if it wasn't for Dr. George Fraser, we wouldn't be doing this. Real talk.
Okay, that's a pleasant surprise. Okay, I want to see it.
Real talk. Wow, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is
All right, they're queuing it up. There we go.
What we're gonna do
is show you how to take those capital assets through a business system and then
this is all on your platform, Dr. Fraser.
Look at you.
Real estate owner. I'm going to tell you the big picture stuff because people like the big sexy stuff, but the real trick to wealth is doing the basics. I'm going to be real with you. I ain't going to do a deal unless I make money, but I'm going to make sure we can make money together side by side. Okay.
I personally never thought I could invest or would invest in commercial real estate, but I see myself doing that with Dale, with Clarence, with Lolita. They make that happen. They make that possible. They make that dream come alive. And I'm going to be able to do that.
I have initially started with investment in real estate, and I've had a return already within the last 3 months.
They do all the work for you. They answer all of your questions. They provide you with literature. They provide you with facts, research, etc. So I'm really impressed by the team. They're there to save you money and make you money. And that is, pretty exciting, I would think, for anyone.
Nice. That's right.
This is at your platform.
I called Dale. Dale said, go buy more.
This is at your Fraser Duck Power Series.
Purchased my first
National
property with
Convention.
no money down, and I also have $20,000 of equity already in that property, which is huge. I mean, who else can say that with the first property?
Nice.
I try to share with people, Dr. George, that we've been doing this for a while, but sometimes people think we just hopped on the internet and overnight we start doing this. And this actually right here.
No, you've been at it. Yeah, you've been at it. What, that was 2006, right? That's
2007.
It's 2007, right?
Yep, right at your conference in LA. You remember that?
There you go.
Steps of success. And she's now made over a 40% return on her money. And today, she just made how much, Marlene?
And that was when we got the first 3-4 people financially independent. Angela was the first one that we brought out on your stage, Dr. George.
Here we go.
I'm extremely proud of Lisa because she didn't own any real estate at all. And she took the hope and faith that we were who George says we were, and she allowed us to earn her trust. And for doing that, she closed on her first property just about a week and a half ago. She received how much in equity?
$20,000.
$20,000. She's closing on her next property next Monday, and she's going to receive how much?
$20,000.
How much did you spend out of your pocket?
I can't even tell you less than that.
This is real deal. So we just got her first mortgage payment for her property, which we went to.
And Leonard, these are the properties that you've been buying in Clarence's network 13 years later, bro.
Yeah.
All because of Dr. George Fraser gave us access to his platform and endorsed us.
That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, I was talking to Dale. I have to say this. I was talking to Dale a few weeks back, and I was saying I ran across Dr. Fraser's one of his speeches he gave, and it has touched me. No. Certain things you pick up on, and it was a speech. I'm looking for it now, but he was saying that we're looking at capitalism. He said, if you're not having the capital, it's just ism.
Right,
and I was like,
right. That's right. Yeah.
And I was like,
That's right.
he's talking about all the things that we've got out of, the civil rights movement, getting rid of all this stuff. And, we're moving into another level. And even back then he was talking about, but what we need as a community and, as a race moving forward was the capital and having access to these things. And, with capital, you can go ahead and sponsor your own Congress candidate. You can go ahead and make changes on your police department because you're now the individual who's funding everything. And, you can now go ahead and go to these banks or dictate what banks come into your community with capital. And it was some of the most powerful things I've ever heard in my life. And I just had to call Dale. I was like, Dale, I was like a little kid. Dale. Oh my God, this guy is just so awesome. I can't believe what it's just, and I'm in starstruck. I'm starstruck right now, but
here's the line. You want to remember this line because it's a good one to use. Passing it on. Capitalism without capital is just ism. Right? Capitalism without capital is just ism. Right? And we got a hell of a lot of isms that we're already dealing with. Right? So we want to put some capital into it. And that's what you guys are focused on. That's what it's all about. And just keep doing God's work and stay the course, as I like to say. That's what I sign in my books. And it simply means chart a good and righteous course, then stay that course, and then all that is due you will come to you.
Georgia, we want to leave you with this. We want to leave you with this last one, which you actually end the video with us. Nick, play that video, and we want to leave you a happy 76th birthday, Dr. George Frazier, and thank you for being my mentor for all these years.
Thank you.
It's an honor.
Right here, I think you remember this one.
To my friend, my mentee, if you will, a good brother whose heart is in the right place, a servant leader, and a young brother who is in fact.
You and me at the Federal Reserve Bank.
Mr. Dale Duransburg. This is my passion.
Here we go.
My profession, I'm a chartered senior financial planner and a certified estate advisor, have been since 2002.
Could not be here without you, sir. Thank you for celebrating us. Thank you for getting us started.
Awesome.
That's really
appreciate you. I love you, George.
Appreciate you. Keep doing God's work. We'll talk. Hang in there, brother.
All right. Thank
you for all you do, sir. Appreciate it. An honor.
All right, now.
Actually,
all right.
We invited him to come in and actually give the class.
People just don't, they think we don't have the receipts, man.
Welcome to today's
Family
Finances 101. My name is Dale J. Duransburg Jr. You're going to get
that's Dale. That's like one of my that's like one of my aha moments.
What are you, ladies and gentlemen, passionate about?
Like seriously.
What do you have the ability to be number one in?
That was that was a great surprise, Nick. Like seriously, I was definitely not expecting that. Like I said, literally, me and Dale was talking about this individual not too long back, and I was just saying, and I, if you go back to the beginning, like I said, he started this whole thing. Like that was like the first guest, and I was like, yo, wow, this is just incredible. And to have it, come all the way around, it's just great. And to see somebody who's been on the forefront and the battlefield for getting us to where we had to be as people of color, it's an honor. So kudos to you guys. I'm so blessed and humbled. I've got a chance to have a conversation with one of my idols, yo. So I'm drunk right now off of just I'm like, oh my God, you said my name. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, you said my name. I'm trying to maintain on the inside. I'm like, outside, I'm like, it's like it's a celebrity, yo. Like, it's amazing, but that also lets you know the people that you're surrounded by, and we talked about that, mentioning with Nick earlier, and it's like, if you hang around 5 millionaires, you're gonna probably end up being the six. You know, you hang around, 5 people who are investors, you're going to end up being the 6th investor. You hang around individuals who, have financial literacy, they're going to drop gems so you can have financial literacy. You hang around people who are dedicated and learning, creating wealth and generational wealth for families, you're going to fall right into that line. So, I guess the message should really be, what's your company?
Oh yeah, man. So I mean, dude, this has been a whirlwind, man. It's you never know who knows you. It's only 3 degrees of separation. And the thing that I'm most happiest and most proud about is that our relationships have lasted the test of time. And when you turn on these mediums and you see all this negative imagery about our people, it's actually the opposite. That's reality. This is the reality in our world, and we need to have more of this on display. And let me give you another one, man. That's amazing. And I got to shout out to my family for my family support. My mother's husband of 84, 16, 37 years. My grandparents to my children. They're going to be celebrating their 50th anniversary tomorrow. I want to shout out to them because we're not here if it wasn't for that village that built us up, supported us, encouraged us, and told us that the sky's the limit, literally, because they came from a different generation, the great generation, to actually get us in position to have access to all this information. And it's our responsibility to use it and apply it instead of just, pontificate about it, and that's one of the problems. And then the most important piece is working together. That's the biggest problem. We have been taught through that, that indoctrination that we're supposed to fight against each other. Like you said, the humility was no big deal to me because, hey, man, I'm trying to get ahead to help my people win. I ain't Moses, but, I'm trying to be 1/10 of a Moses. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we miss that because we so quickly think that it's a scarcity versus an abundance mindset. And we live in a world of abundance. And that's what our people need to see and to get into. And we need to get away from this entertainment stuff. We need to get down to the real, nuts and bolts about living real quality lives and being original us versus a second-rate copy of somebody else. And we don't get that. So I'm glad that this is just a celebration of brotherhood, mentorship, multi-generational wealth with Black men. And Black men that are the core leaders in their house to raise strong Black boys and girls and have wives and sisters and grandparents that look like us and support us. And George, and he embodies that and epitomizes it. Hey, man, we don't need to be concerned about the white man, the Chinese man, the brown man, the Latino man. We need to be concerned about the Black man and woman and build them up and lift them up. And that's what we need to get across on these mediums today. And if you didn't get anything from today's finality in bookend piece about our 10-day celebration, this 1-year anniversary, please get that the community, the brotherhood, it's real and it's everywhere. You just got to look for it and turn off that idiot box, turn off them stupid social media apps that you're using and plug into the real, truth and the real gospel. You can't get it with us because you just don't rock with us the way we roll. No problem. Find somebody else next up on the podium because they are there. They're looking for you. When the student's ready, the master always shows up. And I have no problem saying, hey, man, Leonard Ray is a master for me, and I'm being mentored by Leonard Ray in the lane of, Forex and other high-end developments because I ain't stopped growing yet. That's real talk. And I can learn from anybody because I'm going to be humble. I'm going to, keep my integrity, and I'm going to be the man that my mother and father and my grandparents, built me to be. I said, raise up a child and he or she will come back to the original core at the end of the day. So, hey, man, Nick, man, what you got for us, man? Because this has been a wealth of information and it's been an amazing surprise. And I'm just hoping everybody else enjoy this. If you enjoy this and you're watching us, hey, man, like it, share it, subscribe, not for us, but because of that algorithm that you see to get more people exposed to this real, reality that we live and that real pom-pom lifestyle, which is plenty of money, peace of mind. And it's really about, equity, ownership, and legacy.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So what I wanted to do earlier that I was alluding to, you kind of actually gave a little preview of it without knowing it. But what I wanted to do, since we're on this platform, right now, and it's been a year since we've been on this platform, and this is our main online platform. I wanted to do a roll call of all of those who got started with us when we only had single digits or double digit subscribers.
Oh wow!
Now, so I just want to shout out those names.
Please do.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Dr. George Fraser. He was one of the first, along with the gentleman on the screen here, Mr. Leonard Wright. He was one of the first. Also, I believe our first interview was with Astoria. So shout out to Astoria. Let's see. The coach that was in the back.
Yep.
The back chat.
Willie Ainsley, former MLB #1 draft pick for the Houston Astros, and who has trained both of my sons in baseball, and still runs a program called the Rising Star Academy, Baseball Academy in Houston, Texas. And he delivers men, real boys, raising them men, and serves the community, and also the big supporter of the autism program. He's amazing. Yep.
Yeah. He was one of our early interviews. Also, Coach Brock, another early interviewer.
Yep. From the Houston Athletics. Yep.
Shout out to Mama Rose, another early interview.
Yep. Mama Rose actually has an academy called KnowThyselfAcademy.org. She's a PhD, and she teaches African history to my daughters, and she's taught all my children homeschool hybrid program that we've been doing for 9 years. So don't get it twisted. I'm a Black person 100% through and through. My fruit is on the tree, and Mama Rose trains my children. And guess what, man? 3-degree separation. Mama Rose is connecting us with Dr. Carr over at your alma mater at Howard University, and they started a program, ladies and gentlemen, called Narrative, with a K. Narrative.com is the epitome of Black education and excellence in all fields that you need to register and get plugged into. I get not one penny for that. It is the Khan Academy of African Studies for the world. You need to get rocked into that. So thank you for Mama Rose.
Yep. Shout out to Ms. Kathy Anderson too.
Kathy Anderson goes back with me 20 years, and she's an IBM. Sure thing. Yep. And she introduced me to my, #1 mentor who passed away, Mr. Harold Davis Jr., who actually invested in my company to get it started back in 2000. Shout out.
Yep. Shout out to Miss Stacia Robinson.
Yep. Stacia Robinson. Met through Dr. George Fraser back in 2007. And she's one of the premier financial insurance benefit providers in the country. And she is doing great things. And she's the one that actually laid the groundwork for us to do business in Montgomery, Alabama in 2019.
Yeah, shout out to the other insurance friend, Mr. Larry Blackman from Cameo.
Word up, Larry Blackman. That's right. I was just talking to Larry earlier today, and Larry is the one who got me into the logistics business to actually start providing financial education to the truck drivers across the country. And he and I have traveled across the country doing major conferences. It's called the Mid-Atlantic Truckers Conference in Louisville, Kentucky. And also we did the major one in Dallas for several years in a row. Shout out to Larry. And that's right, the Larry Blackman. Word up.
Yep. Shout out to the young brother, Courtney Salter.
Courtney Salter. That's right, Courtney. Shout out to Courtney, who was being mentored by our man, Marshall Taggart, who is the CEO of the Montgomery Regional Airport, that gave us the blessing and the privilege to actually do financial education for the Montgomery Regional Airport in Alabama. And Courtney was one of his first astute guys. Dad runs a tuxedo business, and he's now working, doing a great job on a military base as a director for procurement department. And he's an amazing entrepreneur and was one of the youngest people we interviewed on that show. Shout out to Courtney, man. Thanks a lot.
Yep. You just mentioned Marshall Taggart. He was an early interviewee on the platform also during the launch week in Florida. So
and absolutely, we guys also give thanks to Marshall, because without Marshall, we wouldn't have got tapped into AMAC, the Airport Minority Advisory Council, which we were able to do expert webinar series with them, and which gave us our blessing to get us connected to our sponsor, Tolero, Ben Carter, and Coda Scuttle over at Tolero Tequila. 3 degrees of separation. So Marshall, man, thank you for blessing us multitudes of time. And we're excited about continuing our relationship and serving the Montgomery Regional Airport and being members, which I just renewed our membership with AMAC as well. Shout out to them also.
Yep. Shout out to AMAC, and shout out to another AMAC connection, Shahara Anderson Davis, who we interview on the platform as well. That's helped us out. Yeah,
absolutely, man, absolutely. Keep them coming,
Yep. So let's see who else. So shout out to Glenn Applewhite, another early interview. Yeah.
Glenn Applewhite, that's one of my good friends. Glenn Applewhite is a executive vice president for a bank here in Texas, and he actually oversees about 50-something banks in the urban community and been with the company for over 15 years. And Glenn also opened up some doors for us, and he's amazing executive at the C level. And again, man, this is the rule. This ain't the exception to the rule, but this is the rule. And Glenn was one of the first original interviews when we went down and did our show in Destin, Florida. It'll be a year in June. Shout out to my buddy Glenn Applewhite.
Yeah, and speaking of Destin, Florida, you were down there with your good friend Eric Dargan too. He was an early interview. Shout out to Eric.
Yeah, man, you can't call Eric a good friend. Eric is my best friend. He's my brother from another mother. And Eric is a sage, wise beyond his years. And man, a lot of things that I've been able to accomplish in the Houston market were because of the blessings and the doors that Eric opened up for me to give me a shot. And I remember meeting Eric at the Houston Community College 11 years ago, and we talked, and we had on the black ties at an event, and he said, "Hey man, what do you do?" Boom, I told him, and he said, "Hey man, come sit down and talk to me." And his stuff was all together. And I said, "Eric, it's nothing I can help you out with, but in the future, if you need some help, be more than happy to help you out." And Eric was like, "Hey man, most people still try to sell you some stuff." And the simple fact that I didn't try to sell him something because he didn't need anything, we built a relationship. And that relationship went to the fact that he got me hooked up with the Houston Federal Credit Union, where they became a client of mine for like 4 years. And then it led to other endeavors as well, that in the real estate realm and everything. Man, Eric's been a great blessing, and he's the
chief operating officer for the City of Houston Public Works, managing a multi-billion-dollar portfolio, and we've been blessed. Thanks again, Eric. Yep, and this next guy, he came during our launch week. He came through in the last minute and filled in for one of our cancellations on one of our interviews. So shout out to Eddie Sajad. My man Eddie is the creator of all my original websites, media, everything from A to Z. I met Eddie back in 2007 when he owned a T-Mobile shop where he was getting started putting a bunch of T-Mobiles together. And he and I just linked up, and he went across the country with me as well, doing some of the Fraser events, E-Women Network. And yeah, last minute, I can depend on him all the time. I can call him, and he jumped right on and slid right in and did an interview for us to save the day. That's my main man. He's a little brother to me. Shout out to Eddie. Yo, shout out to Eddie. Shout out to Dr. J.C. Baker. Shout out to Dr. J.C. Baker, another 3 degrees of separation, the owner of the Doctor's Business Suite. It does amazing work that just put us in contact with another gentleman. And he's the one that led us to, that amazing 21-year-old, Benjamin. So we can't take our hat off enough to Dr. J.C. Baker, man. He constantly, dropping nuggets and adding access to our enterprise for our people to benefit us on a lot of different ways. And we continue to do a lot of business with them. And shout out to Ben
you know, my man Brandon Hutchison, who introduced us to Dr. J.C. Baker. So shout out to them as well. Thank you very much.
Yep. You know, shout out to our MMA fighter, Mr. Tomas Dion.
My main man, Tomas Dion, World Championship MMA fighter. Don't forget that, brother. World Championship, Bellator World Championship fighter out on the West Coast, right outside of Silicon Valley, chopping it up, making it happen. And we engaged, did some business, did some work together. We talk all the time, man. And he came on and laid the foundation, explained the difference of, you know, defense mechanisms in the MMA world and defense mechanisms in taking care of yourself on the street. And Tomas is a sharp guy. He's down to earth, and he is world-class personified. Thanks, Tomas, for doing that interview, and thanks for staying in touch with our program. Thank you.
Yep. Another one of our partners who's also an early guest on the Financial Expert Series. You know, Miss Teach a Child How to Fish, Holly Reed.
Holly Reed. That's our girl, man.
Yeah.
There it is. Holly Reed, CPA extraordinaire, out there teaching our children how to not become victims of credit card, you know, debt, because she's teaching them how to get off them training wheels and stay and keep it peak. And met Holly in a webinar training course to make our webinars better. Shout out to Holly. Look forward to continue to do more programs with Holly out of ATL. Shout out.
Yep. Shout out to Holly. Shout out to the electricity guy, Riz Nabi.
Riz Nabi, man, my man Riz. If you don't know energy, Riz hooks everybody up, and Riz was the first person to give my son Rodney an internship, and we did a 2-part series with Riz, and Riz just dropped my rates again. So if you want to get great rates on your energy, call the energy guy, Riz Nabi. Hook us up. He will hook you up across the country. Can't beat it. My man Riz.
Yeah. Let's go over to the Hollywood Hills. And shout out the good brother Charles Little.
My man Charles Little. That's Clarence's cousin, and he's an extraordinary producer in Hollywood that I've been knowing since 2004. He works on some of the top shows. The Fire Show with Rob Lowe in it. He helps produce that. He produces a lot of other shows as well, and he's a phenomenal talent, and he's a phenomenal businessman. Shout out to my man. I call him Chuck. I'm probably the only one that he's allowed to call Chuck. Thanks, Chuck, for being guidance. And he guides my daughters and her incredible artistic skills and gives me direction to give her access to things that can benefit her talents as well.
Yep. And staying out on the West Coast, down in Cali. Shout out to Miss Nikki Beasley.
Nikki Beasley, that's right. President of the Richmond neighborhood. What is it? Community. She's the Richmond Neighborhood Association, and I've been knowing Nikki since 2008. Met her in the eWomen Network when she was a financial advisor, and we stayed connected, and we still stay connected. Again, our neighborhood and our network is vast, and these relationships are long lasting. Shout out to Nikki Beasley.
Yes. You mentioned the daughter. We have another amazing young person that we interviewed very early on. The musician, you know, the current college student, Miss Michelle Trong.
Yeah, shout out to Michelle Trong, scholarship, world-class pianist. We're at, I think, it's Western Texas University. She's done amazing work. Guys, shout out, get her, and she's doing therapy music, which actually soothes the soul for people who are, you know, debilitated. Shout out.
Yep. Who else we have? We have Mr. Bill Minix, the leadership expert.
That's right. Shout out to my main man, Bill Minix, leadership expert. Met him in the National Speakers Association back in 2007. And he's done world-class things, started his own charter school, been a VP and a CEO of a mobile company, and persona. I mean, he is top tier leader, military extraordinaire, great guy. Bill Minix, can't say enough about it. Thanks a lot, Bill, for being one of the first people on the show a year ago. Thank you.
Yep. And one more shout out for our early friends and partners who blessed this platform. And of course, you just saw him a few weeks ago. Shout out to Mr. Ron Harris.
Oh yeah. Man, dude, I wouldn't know the stuff I know about real estate if it wasn't from my other mentor, Ron Harris, who again, man, putting it down all over across the country and the world. One that took me to China and told me about products back in 2008 when we first did our first, international, endeavor. Mr. Ron Harris, and I'm going to see Ron actually next week because I'll be in Motown checking out them properties, baby.
Yeah. So, but of course, shout out to all the other amazing guests that we've had since then. Special shout out to these these early individuals who came on, because you know how it is. People don't want to be the first to get on. And how's the saying go? They don't want to be the first, but they don't want to be the last. Is that how it goes? Yeah. So shout out to all of these individuals for taking the chance on our platform that was even smaller than this. So shout out to all of them. We appreciate you for giving us your time and your information and your wisdom, and opening the line of communication to our audience as well by providing your emails and your phone numbers and all your information. We thank you.
Oh yeah, and man, hey, got to shout out to Urban X, because without Urban X, we don't have you. They open up the door, they shine the light on what we do, and that led to our current partner, Erica Williams at the Classy Climb, and to Dr. Will Jolly. We can't forget Dr. Will Jolly. We can't forget Lisa K. Shebar. We can't forget James Lane Jr. We can't forget Melvin Hobson. We can't forget Paul Bax. All these people have made it possible for us to bring you these quality programs in the real world to help you get consumer debt free, increase your credit scores from 30 points to 100 points in 30 to 60 days or less, and to help you get businesses, real estate, and leverage the tax laws, just like businesses are proposed. And last but not least, obviously, shout out to our man Leonard Ray. So, man, hey, man, we're going to close this out. And if we forgot somebody, we apologize, but it's not because we don't love you. We probably just forgot your name, but you get it. And shout out to my children for putting up with me for the past year, because my number one job is being your dad, and I'm so proud of you for doing what you do. And again, man, we can't do this by ourselves. That's why we don these caps, because business is a team sport, and it's the only sport that you should be playing in entrepreneurship, because it's the only one allowed you to be 100% you and not a second-rate copy of somebody else. So, hey, our special guest, Leonard Ray, you got anything to leave with him, because you blessed us after I beat you up all the time to get you on here reluctantly. So what you got for us, brother?
Oh boy, I tell you. Like, I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to Nick and DJ. Congratulations, you guys. Like, seriously, this, I've mentioned this before. This has been a crazy time in this country and in this world, dealing with unprecedented events, and you guys took the crazy idea, well, let's start something. All the crazy stuff that's going on, I think it would be good to start something, and you guys have stuck to it, week after week, sacrificing the time with your families, sacrificing your time with your loved ones, sacrificing the time from, the other obligations and things you have going on to provide this particular service for people you don't even know. And, you did it because you were concerned about your neighbors. It says, if I don't love my neighbors, how can I say I love myself? And you guys put actual action behind those words. And, I commend you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope, all the blessings, continues to come back and be bestowed on you too, for your sacrifice, for your patience, for your fortitude, for your steadfastness. It is not an easy process, consider it like, I tell people it's hard herding cats. It takes talents and patience, and a lot of times people just don't, because we've been so, look, man, why even be bothered? But you too. So celebration to you two both. Making the sacrifices and the love, and I, even for myself, I appreciate you. Pushing me. I appreciate you guys, kicking me off the cliff. I appreciate, your patience and your steadfast with me and everything, and get me to realize, it's bigger. If my brother isn't eating at the table, it's no point in me saying that I'm good. And we want to make sure everybody is eating at the table. One of my favorite rappers said it: if my friends are not, at the table eating, then I can't say I'm wealthy. And you guys are really trying to focus on the point where you're getting everybody who wants this knowledge, who wants this information, getting this information to them. So, definitely commend you guys. Congratulations. Happy 1 year anniversary. It is just, it's crazy how when you're doing something you love, time doesn't really matter, and that 1 year went like this.
Didn't it? Yeah, man.
And I'll leave you with this. One of my favorite sayings is, God is more interested in changing you than your situation. Because once he changes you, he can change your situation just like that. And that's what you guys have been doing. It is helping people change this so they can change their situation and moving them to another level. So like I said, big ups to you guys, commend you guys, continue the great work. Thank you for all you've done, and let's get it together. Let's make it happen.
Absolutely. So with that, man, we're going to extend Forex. Let everybody know it's going to be extended until the 1st of June, because you deserve to have an opportunity to get involved in the Forex fund or the community buy-ups with us. And we're also going to extend our anniversary special to the end of this weekend to celebrate the 50th anniversary of my children's grandparents, because that is the amazing, thing in today's world. I mean, with the divorce rate over 55% now, to have wife and husband celebrate 50 years together is amazing. And I also want to celebrate Dr. Hollowell's parents, who've been married over 55+ years as well. So, and that's amazing in the Black community. So I want to say salute on that, tip it up. Got my last sip on that. Nick, it's your show, man. It's Nick Knowledge and Notion. So close us out, man. We gonna catch us on Zoom, because the party's already going with Tolero. And I want y'all to celebrate with these DJs. You got about 25, 30 minutes left to party with them. We're going to party with them. So, Nick, what you got for us? And close us out with a video, and we out of here, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, all we got to do is just close out. I said everything I needed to say with the roll call. So let's go ahead and close out the way we do. So,
well, you know how we do it.
Yeah.
We wish you a palm lifestyle. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. And we want you to come join us on the beaches of the World Club. And your beach may not be ocean or sand, but it's where you get your freedom and your tranquility. God bless. Enjoy. And like we said, the anniversary special is extended for another 48 hours. And we thank you for supporting us for a year and more years to come. The best is yet to be done. God bless.
Hi, I'm DJ The Money Control. Don't touch that down. You want to become financially independent, you want to have consumer debt freedom, you want to have passive income, learn how to build a business, acquire real estate, and achieve the lifestyle you deserve in 2021? Well, hit that link below right now. We worked with over 20,000 people in the past 2 decades, helping them become consumer debt free, increase their credit score by 30 points in 30 days or less, and help them acquire businesses, real estate, taxes, and a network of experts just like me. So you'll get a complete 3-hour, 18-module course called Family Finance 101 that teaches you A to Z how to become consumer debt free, credit worthy, and put you in a position to become a certified entrepreneur. We'll also give you a complimentary consultation with me that's a $500 value. Why would you want to do that? Because I have already achieved that. And I can help you achieve your American dream in 2021. Hit the link below, get the free webinar and the complimentary consultation, and I'll see you soon and wish you a pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. Come join us.
We put that Tolero ad up and we out of here. Thanks to our sponsors. God bless. See you at the party.